When it comes to selling techniques and tips, there's a big difference selling products and services that customers love to buy versus when they're making a grudge purchase. Put it this way. How do you think your customers would prefer to spend $1,000? A, towards a vacation of their choice, or B, towards purchasing your products and services? If you hesitate because some customers might indeed opt to buy your company's offerings over the vacation, hey, ignore the rest of this video. It means you sell fun products or experiences that customers actually enjoy buying. So maybe you provide spa services, or you sell luxury vehicles or upscale clothing. If, on the other hand, you sell products and services that people buy because they have to buy, like supplies for businesses, winter tires, liability insurance, household repairs, braces for kids, that kind of thing, then this video is for you and your team. Over my 30 years of companies bringing me in to teach their teams sales and selling techniques, I've shared 4 key strategies on helping customers feel better about grudge purchases. Be sure to watch right to the end because the last sales technique is surprisingly simple, and it also has the most impact on helping customers feel better about spending money with you. My first selling tip when customers are making grudge purchases is focus on task over mood. If you sense that your customers are rushed or frustrated, well then don't ask them how they are. That question just reminds them that they're not having a good experience. Instead, ask something like, so what can I do to make your day go a little better? That wording helps keep the conversation positive while indicating that you're aware that there are other things that they likely rather be doing. Speaking of making better word choices, avoid asking customers who are reluctant what they want or what they'd like. Frankly, they don't want to be there at all. So instead, phrase your questions along the lines of, would it be helpful? Would it be useful? Would it make sense? In general, we get better results with asking task-oriented questions that focus on resolving the customer's problem than questions that ask them about their mood. Just before I get to my next tip, if you're finding this to be helpful, then be sure to like and subscribe so that as I release new videos, you'll get a heads up. My second selling tip for when customers are making grudge purchases is acknowledge delays. A couple enjoying an appetizer at an upscale restaurant may not mind waiting if the main course is delayed slightly. On the other hand, a parent waiting in a dental office who's got a fidgety child is going to need an explanation or an apology when they're kept waiting beyond the appointment time. In that case, the dentist shouldn't just ignore being late. Instead, she should start with something like, thanks for your patience today. A previous patient had a serious condition I needed to spend a little bit more time with, but rest assured, we're going to take all the time you need in order for you and your son to get the kind of attention you're looking for. But just before we start, how's your time today? Are we okay? At that point, when customers agree to proceed, they feel like they've been less taken for granted, more like they're back in control, and feel much more receptive to your services. I hope you're finding this to be helpful. Speaking of which, if you like this video, I think you're going to love my 30-second tips. You'll find them for free at jeffsbusinesstips.com. Well, that brings us to our third selling tip when customers are making grudge purchases. Share your strategic intent. Let begrudging customers know that you understand what they really want. So for example, an employee at a license plate registry would do well to remind customers who are obviously running errands that employee understands what they're really looking for. So he or she might say something like, hey, let's take care of this application for you so that you can hopefully get a chance to eat. A plumber who's replacing a broken hot water tank would do well to remind customers that, well, at least when you leave the house, you have the peace of mind of knowing that when you get back, you won't have a flood possibly to face. Customers may be focused on the immediate painful purchase, so it's worthwhile reminding them of the positive long-term strategic outcome. Remember I said this last tip would have the most impact on helping customers feel better about spending money with you? Well, here it is. Selling tip number 4 when customers are making grudge purchases, offer pricing perspective. by definition, people don't enjoy spending money on Grudge purchases. So with big ticket items, it's helpful to break that number down into something that sounds a lot less daunting. So for example, rather than saying to the customer, that new roof will be $10,000, think of how that sounds. It literally takes a while to say. Instead say, the new roof will be $10K. Again, it's shorter and it sounds like less. Then compare that figure with the overall investment. So for example, keep in mind that new roof is protecting your $700,000 investment. Whatever you invest in the roof is likely to increase the value of your home by at least that much. Plus, now you don't have to worry about some hidden leak that causes mold, which can lead to staggering damages and significant health challenges. So I'm going to ask you to comment in the section below or send me an email to jeff@jeffmowatt.com, and that's about how do you make your company's products and services sound less pricey. I'd love to hear from you. The bottom line of all of this is too often service providers don't realize how often customers really don't want to be there and they don't want to spend that money. And that's when employees appear to be uncaring or oblivious. Meanwhile, those same employees are wondering why their customers always seem so grouchy. The good news is with a little training, those employees can sound much more astute and empathetic. That makes for a more pleasant experience for everyone. Most importantly, for your bottom line, customers become less resentful about sending their dollars your way. Well, I hope you found this to be helpful. And again, if you like this video, I think you're going to love my 30-second tips. You'll get them for free at jeffsbusinesstips.com. See you next time.